Yes, you've seen that right. I'm running a marathon backwards. But how did I ended up here? You see, I wanted to run a marathon, but not just a regular one. And after some pretty dumb decisions, here I was, 30 kilometers into one of the hardest changes of my life. But let's not rush things and go back a few hours.
What's up guys, it's the next morning. I have really big second thoughts of doing this whole challenge, man. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and oh man, I'm going to run 50 kilometers backwards.
So yeah, after I woke up, I just basically made some breakfast and absolutely devoured it. I just got the gear ready. We're about to head out to the pitch where we will start the challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna stretch some and warm up before the challenge because this is a long distance. So yeah, I quickly warmed up and after that I went straight to the starting point of the challenge and started my backwards marathon. And as the sun came up, I officially started the challenge. Right, off we go. The sun just came up. It's looking pretty stunning. I gotta say bye to my dad. Bye bye. Thanks for bringing me out. And I'm gonna head down. Oh shit. And guys, I wanna apologize for the camera work. It's kinda terrible in the beginning because I was really tired. But it's gonna get better, and until that I'll speed up things. Until I'm messing with the camera, let me show the route that I will follow. Well, yeah, I came up with this. I call it the Triangle of Death. The whole thing is approximately 50 kilometers, which is 8 kilometers longer than a normal marathon. I'll explain the reason behind that in the video. Until that, that's all about the triangle. So let me introduce the rules. First, I'll have to run the full marathon distance backwards. Second, I'll have to finish the challenge between sunrise and sunset. Third, I cannot use any external help like cars and bikes. And yeah, that's all about the rules. So let's get back to the video.
My boy Zlatan. Hey Zlatan. Alright.
At this point I was just getting the hang of things, experimenting with the camera and stuff, and actually getting used to running backwards. But the one thing that I could never get used to is the way that people were looking at me. Like, it was bad, but I don't blame them. I live in Hungary, so people don't see cameras that often, especially on a teenager who's running backwards at 5 in the morning.
We just left the city, as you can see. I'm gonna switch to time lapse because this is gonna be a long run. Bye guys. Oh my god, guys, I need to put on some music because this is harder than I thought it would be. I have these big ass headphones.
And if I haven't looked weird enough running backwards with a camera on my head, my comically big headphones seal the deal. And after I got the music, I was pacing, like it's crazy how much easier running gets when you have music.
Oh my god. Hey guys, we left the city. I'm out in the woods. We have beautiful weather, perfect for running, but this is way harder than I anticipated. This is gonna be nuts. I think I only did like 3% or 5% of the run and I'm already tired. Literally my hamstrings are screaming at me to stop. We were not meant to run backwards, guys. Try it, boys, try it. I have a feeling that my dad followed me. That, I don't know if you can see him, but that might be Zorro. Yeah, that's probably him. W dad. No way, bro. Look at him go.
To my surprise, my dad actually followed me and brought me some water. So I chugged it down and also gave some to my dog.
Alright. Gussie. Nah. Alright. Off we go again.
So I said my last goodbye and headed back to running. And my dad actually told me that the first city was only a few kilometers ahead of me, so I didn't really stop until I reached it.
Alright guys, we just arrived to Pirto. I'm probably at the suburbs right now, or I don't know. So I'll have to run like a kilometer or two to get into the actual city. You can see the... Oh wait, you can see. I'll walk over there. There's a sign, Pirto. Small ass city, so don't expect anything big. I'm just going to get into the local shop and buy some stuff for the run. For now it's pretty decent. I mean the run. My hamstrings are still bad, my neck hurts a bit, and something else, this backwards running really puts pressure on the calves. So those hurt a bit, but it's for now it's alright, and I'm actually making a really good tempo. So if I can keep this tempo up, I'll be able to finish it fast. And I'm switching with forward and backward running because backwards running really kicks off your balance. So I need to run forward to equalize the backward run. So yeah, that's Pirto. You can see the sun. We're here. Oh man, we're actually pretty close to Sjótvarkert. It's only like 6 kilometers from this, so we should be there in an hour. And yeah, we're like done like the 5th of the whole run. We got some progress. Oh man, I just have to keep this tempo up. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to time lapse and I'm gonna see you in the shop.
So after I arrived to the shop, I bought some snacks and drinks. And the crazy thing is that I wanted to buy a Red Bull, but the cashier told me that I'm not allowed to do it. And that's when I found out that the Hungarian government created a new law that prohibits underage people from purchasing energy drinks. But she was nice and allowed me to buy it. And after I bought my breakfast, I took a 20-minute rest and talked to my family. Oh, and I also switched to a selfie stick instead of a head mount, because I think it looks better. But after I finished my food, I started yapping. But thank God I noticed that I had to get back to running after talking about nothing for 5 minutes. And after I started running, I was passing miles like celebrities pass around the Kardashians. Like mile 9, 10 and 11 was really easy, and I was getting closer to the second city.
Oh my god, this is the longest town too, bro. Oh my god. I've been running for like 2 or 3 kilometers and this doesn't seem to end at all. I hope oh, there's an intersection there. Okay, we might have left the town. We can go to Sjótvarkert, eat the ice cream, and then I wanna head out of Sjótvarkert instantly, because when it hits like 1 p.m, 2 p.m, I'm gonna be cooked. Like literally cooked. You know, it's gonna be so hot. Like 30 degrees. I've seen the weather forecast. It's not looking great for me. So I need to get as fast as I can get into the forest area where it's gonna be more chill. Oh, wish me luck, guys. I'll sign in from Vatkat, I think.
So yeah, I was aiming for Sjótvarkert, which was basically the city in the tip of the triangle, and it was really close, but my body started to give up and I just felt like that I reached my physical limit. Originally I was planning to not stop until I reached the city, but my muscle fatigue got so bad that I needed to stop and rest some. So I sat down and ate some of the leftover chocolate and drank peace warm lemonade. But they gave me some energy, and I don't know how, but I made it to the city. And as I was talking to the camera, a kid jumped out of a bush and tried to scare me. Yeah, people do weird things when they see a camera. But besides that, as I was making my way into the city, I saw my dad arriving too. And he actually came to help me because my dumbass brought the wrong SD card, so it got filled with footage quickly. So we decided to transfer that footage to his laptop, and this also gave me like 40 minutes of free time, which I used to get some lunch and charge the batteries in the camera.
Alright guys, we just arrived at the cafe or the ice cream shop, whatever you call it. My legs absolutely hurt, bro. Like, I think they are destroyed forever, probably. I'm gonna get the ice cream. I'll stop the recording. We're gonna format the SD card. I'm gonna rest here like in half an hour. It's currently much. Let's see, 9 o'clock. I still got time. We're gonna see you in there about like in like 30 minutes. Until that, bye.
And with that, I was 1/3 done with the whole marathon. But I want to stop the video here for a second, because a lot of effort and hard work went into this challenge. Not only because of the distance, but also because this is my first video, and since English is my second language, it's quite challenging for me to create enjoyable content for everybody. So if you would like to support me, you could do it by dropping a subscribe and a like, but if you just watch the video, I am really thankful for that too. Thank you guys, now let's get back to the video. So my break was over, and my next goal was this city, Tazlar. And the distance between the two cities is not that much, but there is a problem. You see, I've been running on the bike lane until now, but from this point I've had to run on the road. And since running backwards next to cars and trucks is already sketchy, I decided not to test my luck. So I had to run forward, and some of you might say, hey man, you're cheating, you aren't even running backwards, and the video is about a backwards marathon. And that would be true if I would be running a normal marathon, which is 42 kilometers, but since I did a 50 kilometer run, I've had 8 kilometers where I could do whatever I wanted. But that didn't mean that I'll just sit in my dad's car and ask him to drop me off in the next city, because I wanted to stick to my plan and actually run a marathon without cheating. Since I decided to run on the road, I had to run against the traffic, and the cars were dangerously close, so I wanted to finish this section as quickly as possible.
Alright guys, we're in the middle of nowhere, and I'm making great progress actually. It's not that hard.
It was hard, but after 14 months of pain, this felt easier. So I used it to my advantage and finished the next few miles with ease, but that was another problem. People were driving crazy fast next to me.
I'm guessing Tazlar is close to here. Oh my god, that motherfucker almost hit me. Listen man, this ain't safe. This is not safe at all. I'm gonna get back to running. I wanna get out of here as fast as I can. This is no joke, bro.
So after I almost got hit, I tried to look out more for cars passing by, but some people are genuinely reckless or insane, I don't even know. Like one dude was coming right towards me on the edge of the road, so I had to jump out of the way, and he was smiling at me. Like bro, you could have landed a felony. And besides almost getting flattened like a GT NPC, the sun was also starting to peak, which only meant two things for me: a heat stroke and sweaty underwear, which are the two worst things in the world.
Oh my god guys, I'm gonna stop here for a second. I know a friend who lives right next to the road. I'm gonna say hi to him. I don't know how much I've been running for. I kinda lost count of it. My god, I'm gonna rest here for some time and then continue the challenge. Bye bye.
And when I got to his house, I called him, and he actually told me that he was working, so I had to get back on the road and run. And after my friend's house, I saw the bike lane in the distance, which meant that I was getting closer to the next city, where I could run backwards again.
Alright guys, from this point on I try to run backwards. Oh dog, this is gonna be hard. I only gotta get started. Backwards running incoming.
And with that, I was running backwards again, and let me tell you, it was not nice.
This is a blessing, bro. A blessing. Oh man. Up the bike lane. Let's go. I'm not gonna die.
So I finally made it to the bike lane, which meant that I could run backwards again. And since I was exhausted from the heat, I decided to sit down and eat some of the leftovers from lunch. We are at mile 15, which is 24 kilometers according to the calculator. So we got 1 kilometers and we are officially done with the first half. So yeah, another half to come. I'm gonna eat this and then get running. So I did, and besides the fact that my head was getting deep fried by the sun, I was making good progress and passed the half marathon distance. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, because at this point I've been running for more than 6 hours and I was only halfway done with the challenge. And since I was doing this without any kind of preparation or training, the distance was starting to get to me. Like the longest run that I did before was 8 kilometers. This is 5 times that. And as a bonus, I had to do this backwards.
Guys, I think I got a heat stroke or something. I'm feeling my head, it's kind of dizzy. I don't know. I hope I don't, but this pretty much feels like it. So yeah, the pain is not enough.
So the heat stroke started kicking in, and I don't know if you guys had a heat stroke before, but it's terrible. It's like having fever, but you also can't see, walk, talk and think normally. And you're gonna see the effects in the video. And one of the effects is blurred speech, which means that my already broken English was going to become worse and worse as I progressed. It was like dementia, bro. In the end of the video, I was speaking a completely different language.
Guys, we're about to get to Tazlar, the actual city. Oh man. Just pull the trigger, bro. Pull the trigger. This is getting harder and harder. Alright. Let's get into the city.
So my morale was down, but then I actually talked to my dad and he told me that he decided to stay with me throughout the whole challenge. And that was really good news, because he could bring the excess weight, like my water bottles and camera batteries. So in that way, I didn't have to have it in my backpack, making running way easier.
Alright, we're in Tazlar and I ran out of fuel, drinks, and look at that. My dad brought me this. What a W he is. Props to father. Isotonic drink. That's great.
That isotonic drink came in clutch, because when you're doing long distances, your body loses a lot of electrolytes, and these drinks can restore them pretty well. So if you guys are planning on doing a run like this, make sure to pack them. After I reached the town, I went to the nearest public well and drank another bottle of water. Like, it's crazy how much I drank during this challenge. In the end, I think it added up to at least 6 liters.
My dad just told me that I look like an idiot. Bro, look at me. Look at me, bro. What is this outfit, man? Oh, hell no. Bro, I don't got social anxiety, but I gotta stop walking backwards here. It's absolutely insane how these people look at me. They're looking at me like I'm autistic or something. Oh man. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna walk this through. Oh man. I don't know how many kilometers we've done so far. So let me see. Oh man. Look at that. Mile 17. How much is that in kilometers? A normal length units. 70 miles is 27 kilometers. I would say that's a decent run. 27 kilometers. Not bad. Not bad.
It wasn't bad, but at this point my brain was cooked by the sun so much that I had to leave out the part from the video when I was in town, because I was literally yapping about nothing for 20 minutes straight.
Guys, I just left Tazlar, so we're gonna start running backwards again. That was an interesting journey that we did in Tazlar, bro. Some people looked at me in disbelief, man. And some people looked at me like I was Jesus or something, bro. Some old fella looked out of his door and looked at me like this. This man followed me with his eyes, and he even came out to the flipping road and watched me run like 500 meters. Bro was in disbelief. Yeah, but I'm happy to leave this place, man. The people in Tazlar are crazy, man. They don't like runners, especially the backward runners. Alright, that's for the Yappuccino.
And with that I left the last city and also the bike lane, which meant that from this point on I could only run on the road.
Bro, I barely left Tazlar and my leg hurts like crazy. This is as bad as it gets, bro. My pinky hurts. Fucking pinky hurts, man. That shit's about to break off, man. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, I don't know. And I look like a hooker, man. Look at this shit. How does that look? Oh, man.
So at this point I pretty much got to my breaking point, what runners call hitting the wall. Bro, I didn't hit the wall, I crashed into it. My whole body was in pain and you could see it from my performance. Mile 18 took me freaking 1.5 hours. That's absolutely diabolical.
Oh man, I need to rest somewhere, bro. I'm gonna put my water down. Oh, my legs, my toes are falling off, man. My toes are falling off. This is really hard. Oh man. Because when you run backwards, actually the whole body's impact lands on the toes, and it's really hard for them, bro. I think it's killing them. My toes are dead.
They were indeed hurt, and the fact that I was practically running in the freaking Sahara Desert wasn't happy either. And my next goal was this national park at the other end of the triangle, but the way there was absolutely disgusting. Like, I wish I could show it to you guys, but then the video would be like 2 hours long, so you'll have to trust me when I say that this was hell on earth.
Bro, I'm literally hearing the voice of the cars. I don't know if I'm just hallucinating, so maybe it's the heat, but I'm literally looking behind this car. There's nothing, bro. The whole road is empty, and I'm backwards walking. This is nuts. Never doing this again, man. Never doing this again. You couldn't give me enough money to do this shit again. Couldn't. There's no money in this world. Bro, I ran some. I ran like a kilometer, and bro, I'm limping, bro. And we still got 20 kilometers. Oh. This might be the worst idea that I've ever did. Guys, my dad told me that if I could go on that dirt road, I could cut like 4 kilometers off my run, or 6. And so I got 2 options. I can go this way, or I can go the normal long route. And considering the fact that I'm tired as hell, I'm still going to run the normal route. That's the challenge, brother. That's the challenge, brother. I'm not going to let that.
Bro, I don't even know what I said there, but I should have taken the dirt road, because even though I tried to cool myself, I was cooked well done. Like I poured water on my head, but I think there's a certain point where it doesn't really matter.
Is that an entrance? I'm thinking of going in there, but I don't know if that's a private road. There's no sign though.
So I decided to just go across the field because I didn't want it to get caught trespassing. What's up guys, I'm here at the national park. I'm gonna try to run across the forest because the people were too aggressive on the road, like they were horning at me. Let's just stop here for a second. I meant honk, telling me to get off the road. So I'll try to run across it. It's basically just a path that I'll do. My heat stroke is getting worse and worse. I'm dizzy and I have a cold. This is really bad, bro. I don't know what is going on with my head, but we gotta finish this because I am never doing this shit again. Never, bro. You don't have the money to tell me to do this shit again. Never. So I'll run this for one time. I'll stretch some. I don't know, and head across the park and land somewhere in the road, a few kilometers down, and hope for the best. That's what I can do. That was my game plan. But bro, this was like the hardest part mentally, because I still had 15 kilometers left and I was already exhausted and sick. And besides all that, my camera and phone were running out of charge. So the only thing that kept me from quitting is the fact that I was too deep in this to just give up. And also the fact that it couldn't get any worse, right? But guess what? I lost my dad. And I don't want to get in details, so let's just say that I miscalculated where I'm going to pop out of the forest. But back then I didn't know where he was, and I tried calling him, but there was no signal because of the forest. So I decided to go back to the tip of the triangle to check if he was still there, but he was not. So after that I had to go back towards our starting point, where I could finally find him, but this maneuver cost me like 40 minutes of my time. Guys, I have exactly 10 miles remaining and oh my god, I'm going 30 minutes per mile, which is 3 kilometers in an hour. No, yes, 3 kilometers in an hour. And since I got 15 kilometers remaining, I need 5 hours to do this. And since it's 3 o'clock, it's really on the border if I can finish it until sunset. So I need to speed it up if I want to do this. We lost a lot of time with the searching for that, and I can't lose of my I cannot lose speed from my pace, because then I'll not be able to get there in time. So it's gonna be hard. This is the last segment. I really want to do this, and I hope I'll be able to do this and never do that again. Oh man. I need some rest. What did I sign up for, man? I am probably the only person who did this in my country, or maybe in the whole world. No, I actually heard that some people do this. It's called retro running backwards. What do you enjoy in this, man? What's the pleasure in this, bro? It's disgustingly painful, bro. Disgustingly. Well, I'm gonna keep walking because I'm never gonna finish. These last miles of the challenge were the worst. Like, look what I was doing at mile 23.
Guys, I'm trying to become a Disney princess so I can get all the elk and the birds to get to me and take me home, basically on their back. But I don't think that's gonna work, at least not for me. So let's get back to hope.
Bro, I was genuinely losing it. But looking back to it, I'm not surprised. Because at this point I've been running for more than 9 hours. And on top of that, my camera and phone were really low on battery. And because I only had one cable, I had to make a choice. I either charge my phone and get the full map of my progress on Strava, or I start charging my camera directly and save everything on video. I had to go with the camera, and let my phone die at mile 24. So I was left there with no cell phone service or Google Maps. And from this point, I had to do it old school, relying on my common sense and knowledge. But luckily, I was starting to notice the roads that I was walking on. But if I wanted to finish the challenge before sunset, I needed to speed up my pace. But my body just couldn't do it, and I felt that if I kept going like this, I would get injured. So I needed to change something.
Guys, I literally can't walk backwards. I tried it, but bro, when I try to, my legs just simply can't. Bro, look at it. Shit. I mean, I can't show you the feeling, but it feels like your mind just blocks you. So sorry, but I really try to do it, but I actually can't. My mind is just trying to survive at this point. My whole body is just trying to survive at this point.
So I started walking forward, which meant that I failed this challenge. And I am really sad that I couldn't finish it the proper way. But I knew that if I continued running backwards, I would definitely get injured. And the challenge over your health is not worth it. But I also didn't want it to fail the challenge completely. So I decided that no matter what, I'm not getting in that car and not going home as a loser. So I pushed as hard as I could and smashed my 26, and then 27, and then 28. Yeah, but this one almost killed me. And after finally 12 hours of running, I arrived to my hometown.
I don't think I've ever been more happier for a sign than now. Oh, shit. It's exactly 1 mile away from the hill. Oh man. There are no words for this. No words. I'm gonna put on the time lapse and I'm gonna see you there.
So I arrived to my destination, and whilst I walked to the finish line, let's summarize this challenge. Okay, let's start with the goals that I actually achieved. First, walking forward in the end or not, I finished the marathon, when the biggest distance that I did before was 8 kilometers. Second, I finished the challenge before sunset, which may not seem like a big achievement, but the average backward running speed is 3 kilometers an hour. Third, this is not an achievement, more like a fun fact, but I stepped around 80,000 times during the challenge, which is double the steps that you do in a normal marathon. And now the goals that I didn't achieve. First, I couldn't do the full marathon distance backwards. And because of that, I ran more forward than the allowed 8 kilometers. So overall, I failed the point of the challenge. And even though I said that I will never do this again, if you guys get this video to 5,000 likes, I will attempt it again. Because I don't like fake videos, and I feel like the end was not worth it for the challenge. So if you guys want to see it, I will reattempt it. And here I was, 12 hours and 30 minutes later, in the same location where everything started. This was an absolute crazy adventure, and I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and if you did, please show it by dropping a subscribe and a like. Oh, and I also put my Instagram in the description, so make sure to drop a follow there too. Thanks for watching the video, and take care guys. Oh, and I forgot the most important thing.
I want to give a huge thank you to my dad. He followed me through the whole challenge. I couldn't have done this without him. He gave his whole day to me. This means a lot to me, Dad. From here, I'm giving you my heart. Bye bye guys. See you in the next video.